dog training with the owner for a year or two, and they all have had these dogs for a while, and everybody can get them to lay down, sit, stay for extended periods of time. They're doing more advanced stuff, you know. So these dogs are obviously all well trained, and there's like a good 10 dogs with their owners, and all of a sudden they just all freaked out, just all started rah, 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 which is very uncommon for those dogs that are super well trained. They don't react to nothing like that. And I looked to the owner, like the head trainer, and I'm like, what the heck is happening? And he goes, there's nothing wrong with them. There's something wrong with that dog over there. And he points out to a lady with a dog way down. We're talking way down the line. And he goes, I told her to bring that dog. That's an aggressive dog. And he has issues. He was abused. He was beaten. And he's trying to reincorporate into society. You know, they are reacting to him.
Wow.
And for them, never met this dog before, never know nothing about this dog. They all knew something was up with that dog. They just had some sense.
Wavelength.
The wavelength, I don't know what it is, scent, anything, I don't know, but they're so in tune with the world around them, you know what I mean? Which tells us we're not that different in, physically, behavioral, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have those instincts too, where it's something's off here, and I'm wondering, do we have that, and we're not tuned in like they are to it, where we have those instincts where something's off with this person or something's going on.
You get those hairs in the back of your head that
right,
stand up.
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. So that was a really cool situation for me, because you're not really exposed to that, and then to see that, that level of animal.
All those dogs knew at that moment that something was up.
They were in danger, or their owners are in danger, or that something was going on.
Yeah, that is fascinating. These animals, you could tell they have got personalities. They have some level of understanding of what's going on around them. And
right.
Yeah.
They have those dogs that can tell when someone's going to go into a seizure, or they're going to have some kind of health problem. They can detect.
They've had dogs that have alerted other people that their owner is in trouble.
Right. Like Lassie.
What's the matter? Is Timmy in the well?
Timmy in the well again. God damn it, Lassie. That's yeah. So I'm so glad you're having this experience, because I think it's a truly beautiful experience to have, to be connected to a puppy of some kind, and taking the time. What I can tell you is, what time you put into it is what you're gonna get back from that animal in any kind of situation. A lot of people, it becomes, well, we got it because of this, or blah, 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 blah. But if you put time and effort into that puppy will return it back in tenfold, and you'll feel that much more satisfied. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, already I could see that. I come home, she's already there, excited that I'm walking in the door.
Right.
And giving this great, I'm so happy you're home. I mean, this dog's known me for 2 weeks, and it's she thinks I'm the best thing in the world next to my wife, who's number one.
Yeah, you better clarify that.
I'm number two, but we, it's this thing where she walks around and she's like, "You guys are the best. I just want to let you know that you guys are the best.
Yeah,
okay,
you guys feed me. You guys give me shelter.
You give me treats. Oh, by the way, can I have more of those treats? My dog is like a little kid with cookies. You give it food, and it's like, I really appreciate the food, but you know what I really would like is a cookie. That's what my dog is like.
He'll negotiate. It's starting to be like you.
Yeah.
Picking up on those traits real quick.
I'll eat some of this kibble, but throwing some treats for me.
I spent so many hours on watching cat videos and dog videos that it's next to a problem. And I follow all the doggos and puppers and pupperino memes, all the pages on Facebook, because they crack me up every time. One of my exes actually would get annoyed at me because I would talk like
doggy,
yeah,
D-O-G-E,
yeah. So I would do that all day long. I would just tell her things like, much wow, many thanks, just all the little things giving me a laugh, doing me a scare, and she would laugh for a while, but by the end of the day, it was all right, enough.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty much how your humor is.
Yeah, I have to get it, get to the level where I know you, and then I have to do it a little more.
Right. Well, it's funny to a point, and then you're like, okay, I gotta push it a couple more times.
Yeah, habitual line crossers.
That's right. So yeah, I I've been calling dogs doggo now. That's another one of those meme things. And Corey goes, yeah, I need you to stop that.
No, I follow all those, and I crack up every time.
Well, what's the one for a cat? It was like has
cheeseburger. Yeah,
right.
I have a page called Cats in Space,
uh-huh.
and it's cats quoting scientists in space, and I love it because it just has cats images in space with like really intense like theoretical theories, and it's just so ridiculous, the contrast, but I love it. Like,
well, there's one where there's a cat with science puns.
Oh,
that's a great one.
Yeah.
There's one. This guy does videos. I think it's called Aaron's Cats or Aaron's Animals, and he has this. He's got a couple of cats, and it's like the cat has like a like Aaron will leave, and then the cat will have a party with some other cats, and like every video has something going on, and they're really well done.
I recommend everybody who, if you have a cat, to go on YouTube and look up the Diary of a Sad Cat.
What's that?
And it just goes like day number 55. The authorities refused to keep the door open long enough for me to go in or out, to decide to go in or out. And then it's like day 55. I was trying to get a fly off the wall until I realized it was a thumbtack. This place holds no logic. It's just like a day by day retelling of it. Like he's like the authorities refused to let me inside their bedroom. I will sing the song of my people.
I guess what I'm trying to say in this podcast is even if you don't think you have the time to get an animal, I want to share my experience and let others know.
Yeah, get them. I mean, there's so many places that you can get them without having to go buy and spend $1,000 a store for a puppy. That there's a lot of puppies that need love, and
sure,
adult doggos that need love. And
yep.
That are there for you to go check them out.
Well, Foxy, I'm going to keep bragging about her. She's 5 years old. We got her. She pretty much potty trained. We still had to take her out to let her know that this is the spot you're going to be using the bathroom in. And almost immediately, she's trained.
Right.
She'll let us know when to go out.
And I can tell you, there's always a solution to every problem. If you give up, then you give up. Then you're the one that gave up. With any dog, anything. I can tell you, with one of the funniest things to me was I would train the dog. We had boarding when I worked there. We had boarding, so I would train the dog for 3 weeks. Right? They bring their dog, train it. The dog would do everything I would teach it. This dog had been with them for a long time, and then I'd have it 3 weeks. That dog would be doing everything I say, stays, long stays, sits, blah, 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 comes at it. I only had to say the command once, right? Take him to the house. I explained to them, only say the command once. If he doesn't do it, you turn around, you don't give him the treat, blah, 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 and then you try again, say the command. Guess what happened?
They don't follow. The person doesn't follow it.
The person is harder to train than the dog. The person the first thing that they would do, I would say, only say the command once, turn around, don't do it. Like if they don't do it, say oops, and don't turn around. Turn around, don't give them attention, don't give them the treat, because that's what they want. And this is what would happen immediately. I'm going to use Foxy as an example. All right, Foxy, sit. Foxy, sit. What did I just say?
You're right.
And then they would get mad and start yelling, and they're like, they don't do it, and I would turn around and go like, Foxy, sit, boom, right, treat. And they were like, now you try it, okay. And if not, turn around, Foxy, sit. Change the inflection of their voice. I say you have to be consistent. You're the source of consistency. But if you're saying Foxy, like dog's totally confused as to what you want to do, and they what is it, Cesar Millan? This is like I rehabilitate dogs, but you really teach people or something.
Rehabilitate the person.
Yeah, it's really the person. And speaking of Cesar Millan, I'm not a basher of him, but I don't agree with a lot of his techniques. He doesn't. He just does some good like positive reinforcement, but the one that really does use the stuff that I learned is the lady from It's Me or the Dog. She uses mostly from every episode I see. I don't want to say every episode, but I saw positive reinforcement and educating the people about proper behavior training, like positive reinforcement, take some, and then take something away if it's if
negative
they're doing
reinforcement. Right. You don't have to say no.
Well, yeah, like you only in using commands properly, being consistent, and a lot of the time it's your attachments and your psychological things that are
there's
affecting
also the arsenal of the pet. I don't know if you've ever been flashed giant kitty or giant puppy eyes, but
yeah, they make you feel like it's like with kids when you're like, oh, let me give in and let me give in and do the wrong thing. So that's why I keep saying it's you. It's you. It's like when I would go to a house, it was more about teaching people than training the dog, because I can get the dog to do it 100%. I can do, like with most people that I have asked me and friends and stuff like, can you train my dog? I was like, I could train your dog, but then he'll do it when I say it.
Right.
You're the one that needs to learn. Like now I have to invest time and effort into it.
Right.
It's like, yeah, that's how you teach, you know? I can teach you how to teach the dog and train the dog, but if I train it, then it'll happen like what happened with a million of my clients, that I would go there, the dog would start doing exactly what it was doing before because you haven't changed.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I think what we should do, we should post some positive reinforcement sites to the page. Also, I would love to see anybody out there that's listening to this. I want to see your pets.
Yeah, post your pets, and not just doesn't have to be cats and dogs. Just put any
lizards
and everything. I had a flying gecko that was really awesome.
Yeah.
So I've had birds too, and but
I told Corey if we ever got a pet, it would be a fennec fox.
Oh yeah. Now you got one that's pretty much compromised. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Well, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. I hope you found it to be pawsome. And I'm keeping that in.
You're impossible. You're impossible.
Okay. Later, meow.
Catastrophic.
Sight to the blind, my baby love and cause the sun to shine. She my sweet little thing, she my pride and joy. She my sweet little baby, I'm her little lover boy. Yeah, I love my baby, my heart and soul. Love like eyes that won't never grow. She my sweet little thing, she my pride and joy. She my sweet little baby, I'm her little lover boy. Yeah, I love my lady, she's long and lean. You mess with her, you see a man get mean. And she my sweet little thing, she my pride and joy. She my sweet little baby, I'm her little lover boy. Billy Ray Vaughan, come on now. Wine. Stick with her until the end of time. And she my sweet little thing, she my pride and joy. She my sweet little baby, I'm her little lover boy. Yeah, I love my baby, my heart and soul. Love like eyes that won't never grow. Oh, she my sweet little thing, she my pride and joy. Well, she my sweet little baby, I'm her little lover boy.